First Trimode long distance trains for the East Coast Main Line. Drones and leaf busting trains keep rail routes clear this autumn. Bigger and better Gatwick Airport station to open on the 21st of November. Customers advised to check their journeys ahead of the up and coming timetable change. Intercity seat refurbishment multi-million-pound investment will see complete EMR fleet improved. Sidings for the new metro trains are completed at the new £70 million Gosforth Depot. And HS2 Viaduct build passes 1 mile mark on a journey to become Britain's longest.
And also to come up on the Rail Roundup, Simon updates. We have a 60 seconds of your turn to find out what you've been getting up to on and off the rails. We have Where's Phil and Who's Won Photo of the Show.
Yes, I'm super impressed with the response of the previous Rail Roundup. It was only a pilot episode just to see how welcoming it would be, and it was welcome with opening arms from the old railway community, which was really nice. I really do appreciate the interaction and the comments that you put on that previous video. So I will do whatever I possibly can as regards Rail Roundups. It might be a lull where you might not get any, but at least I'll try and do one once a month. But hey, we've got 2 within a month, so let's enjoy this Rail Roundup. And first of all, we're going to start talking about the London North Eastern Railway. And they're pleased to confirm that CAF have been named as a successful bidder to deliver a fleet of 10 new Trimode trains for LNER. Porterbrook has been chosen as the financier of the new fleet, and the trains will also be able to operate in their 3 modes of electric, battery or diesel. Now, the benefits of bi-mode trains range from a reduction in emissions, particulates, noise and vibration pollution, lower maintenance and operating costs, upgrading the technology, with an accepted increase in range and performance as technology develops further. Battery power reduces the need to use diesel traction in areas where overhead power lines are not available. And they say delivering an exceptional service for its customers and commuters along its 956 mile network. And of course, in perfect rail community fashion, you all took to the social media to inform me about this. Bradley was one. Let me put the post on there, and there were some comments that were listed down below. A few of us trying to work out what CAF actually stands for. Some people were saying cracks are frequent, said Benjamin, well done. Cracks are free, and one from Harry who claims it actually stands for cheap as no, actually, I'm not going to go there. It actually stands for Construcciones en Auxiliar, I believe it is. E-Auxiliar, Constructions and Auxiliary. Not sure what the F means, but anyway, if you know, by all means, please put it in the comments section. Be nice down below. Now, as you've noticed, a fleet of leaf busting trains have been whizzing around the network across the country to keep those lanes and leaves off the rails and keep the rails free for passengers and commuters alike. Also, it helps the freight, of course, especially across the West Midlands, the West Coast and the Cheltenham main lines this autumn. Well into the winter, they'll be busting away, and since they've been doing this since October and will carry on until mid-December, where 6 specialist trains started to clear leaf debris off the railway lines. They'll be treating 100,000 miles of track across the region, while trees are shredding their leaves. The equivalent to going almost 4 times around the equator. This is the bit I like when they bring out numbers to try and put it into sort of some perspective for us. They're saying that this is the equivalent to going almost 4 times around the equator. At 20% more track will be treated this year than last. I love numbers. Yes, a new look Gatwick Airport is set to be open to passengers this month on the 21st. Transforming the journeys from train to plane and giving passengers travelling between Brighton and London easier, faster and more reliable journeys. A bigger, better and brighter station with a new second concourse and airport entrance will double the space for 1 million passengers that will use the station each year. New escalators and 5 new lifts will provide a step change for accessibility. The new lifts and accelerators, along with 4 new stairways and widened platforms, will help passengers move between the train station and the airport more quickly and easily. Step change, more efficient, helping passengers move through the station more quickly. I love these positive words. It says the new concourse will act as the new entrance for people accessing the airport terminal, while existing concourse will be for people exiting. The existing station concourse, station footbridge and the south terminal link span have all been refurbished and refigured to provide a seamless, a seamless one-way system to the airport from the train station. Marvellous, there you go. Very quick news piece story here. That transition period where we're going into the winter, and obviously the timetables will be changing. Probably some changing more than others, so make sure you double check before you travel. Them famous last words of Network Rail, the rail operators. But one story is that rail operators are already advising customers to be prepared and check journeys, because these changes will come into effect this December and affect all the timetables for your train travel. One operator, Transpennine Express, has confirmed that there will be several changes to its services when the next timetable is introduced on Sunday the 10th of December, with the amendments resulting in a change to train times for some customers. I'm assuming different operators got different times, obviously, because they're in different areas, but they may be different to what they were previously in previous years. So just get yourself genned up on those, and then you'll be free to travel as you wish. Let's go to EMR, East Midlands Railway, for the next story, because they've launched a £3 million project to completely replace the standard class seating covers and foam padding used in its current Intercity fleet. The project will see 5,272 standard class seats and 243 tip-up seats refurbished, which will benefit UK customers for years to come, even as the fleet eventually transitions to life after the EMR when the Aurora trains arrive next year. The seats will be changed from a neutral grey colour and will be refurbished during the routine maintenance without the need to take any of the trains out of service. East Midlands Railway customers will begin to benefit from the upgrade this month, as the first units with the refurbished seats travel up and down the Midland Main Line. Of course you'll benefit from it. Nice posh seats, fresh seats to sit on to get excited about. Anyway, yeah, it says it's also good news for the environment, as the old seat materials, I like this bit, will be recycled, with the foam being transformed into material for rubberized safety matting used in children's play areas. Hey, posh and clean seats to put your bum on, and they're getting recycled for kids' play areas as well. What's not to like? Right, okay, so the final stabling of all 46 new metro trains is in the final stages of completion, with all tracks successfully installed as part of the £70 million rebuild of the Gosforth Depot. In fact, I think one of my last rail roundups I did before this new season of rail roundups, I think that's one of the first stories I started to talk about when they introduced the first new metro train. So this is interesting, this. The old metro depot building was demolished over the summer to make way for new sidings, which will provide the required space to stable the new Stradler trains when they're not being used in service.
Yeah, so for this phase of the project, and what you can see behind me has been the installation of new track to Stabling Roads 1 to 8. There's also a new carriage wash facility for the train. This marks a significant milestone for the project. In order to achieve this work, we had to move all of the old infrastructure, and what actually was on this site previously was the old depot workshops, offices and the panel room, and that stood on site for 100 years. What we had to do was demolish those buildings. We then excavated down to the required depth, and we actually recycled some of the material and used that as a sub-base layer as we built up the formation and built the track on top of that. So for the next phase of works, we'll continue installing lighting, signalling equipment, overhead line equipment, all in preparation for the entry into service of the Stabling roads 1 to 8. And that will also see the overhead line equipment energised. So that'll be another big milestone for the project. Finally, to sort of round things off, why it's being used is for the delivery of the new fleet. There's going to be 46 trains arrive eventually, so they're going to be stabled on this site as we transition away from the old fleet.
That's all good stuff, right? Like it or lump it, or like it or love them, HS2. I'm going to bring you some news on that. It is actually a milestone for HS2. Hats off to you guys for doing this, because it's past a halfway point of the main construction on Britain's longest railway bridge. Or really, it's a viaduct. It's got more than 1-2 legs. Yes, this viaduct near Denham in Buckinghamshire is one of HS2's landmark structures and will carry high-speed trains of up to 200 miles an hour for over 2 miles across the Colne Valley between the lines of London and Chiltern tunnels. Providing the government don't axe it or scale it back beforehand. Sorry, I couldn't help that. So construction of its 56 piers to carry the deck across both the land and water began in December 2021, and for the past 18-19 months a massive launching girder has been working its way south across the valley, one pier to the next, to lower and fix into place the viaduct's deck segments. Here we go, it's numbers time. Are you ready? Weighing up to 140 tonnes each, more than 500 of the Colne Valley's viaduct's 1,000 segments, I would never remember this, will I, have been installed. Each one is uniquely shaped to enable the structures gently curve as it carries over 2.1 miles of land, lakes and the Grand Union Canal. There's your main stories, your main stuff. Marvellous. Right, here we go now. We're going to catch up with the man himself, TPE Simon, or whatever you want to call him this episode. He's been bringing these updates. We were meant to be doing one together. We couldn't get together to do it, so I had to do this in-house, and he's had to do his in-house as well. Here he is.
Welcome back to another Rail Roundup and another update. So, as I mentioned last week, I'll be covering mostly the Transpennine sort of upgrade. See, the electrification is coming. That's sort of in the pipeline, and they are making their way across. The electrification from the Yorkshire end is running just south, is sort of just to the north of Church Fenton Station, where the wires are mostly operational at the moment. I know the Class 802s do now run electric south of York and then switch to diesel as they approach the Colton Junction, and then they obviously drop the pantograph and run in diesel mode through to Manchester via Leeds. This end, I'm not sure where the power changeover is. I'm assuming it'll be around Guide Bridge area, depending on which way they come from. I know they run in electric out of Manchester Victoria now and then switch over a bit further on. Again, I don't know exactly where that is, so if you know, comment down below please. Yeah, it's happening. The electric wires, as I stated last time, run as far as Staley Bridge now. We're not sure when the next phase of the overhead electrification will begin. So a lot of stations, the eastern side of Huddersfield, are receiving a lot of upgrades and various different things. I have been informed that Deaton Station, which is the station to the east of Huddersfield, is going to be closing soon. There's no word of whether they're actually going to rebuild that station or whether they will just be shut completely. So we'll see what I can find out about that. Mirfield, the platform on the sort of south side of the station, which is the sort of the standalone platform, is going to be closed. That's to make way for the new, because it's going to be currently a 3-track section of line. It's going to be upgraded to a 4-track section. So I don't know whether they'll possibly move the station backwards and install a new platform there, or whether they're going to have a run across. Again, I need to do a bit more digging to find out what they're actually going to do with that. I'll have it in for, but there is going to be a 4-track section of line. They are extending the platforms there to accommodate 6 carriage trains or more. Ravensthorpe, which is now further east towards Dewsbury now from Mirfield, that station is going to be moved completely, because you have the big junction there for the Thornhill London North Western junction. Now that junction is going to get a massive upgrade. There is going to be a new flyover installed to the west of Dewsbury, and will take trains across Thornhill Junction, and that's where it will join onto the 4-track section line into Mirfield. So they're going to move Ravensthorpe station towards the east and have a new station built for that, so to clear space to have the junction moved and then this new flyover installed. The planner said, right, yeah, we need to move Ravensthorpe station, but they didn't account for all the industrial sort of buildings and things that are in that area. So there is a concrete works at Ravensthorpe, which they were going to move the station to basically where that is, but they obviously had to rejig that a bit. So Huddersfield still hasn't got a date as to when the station is closing. I know work has begun there, because I pass through there a lot. Well, I pass through there pretty much every day. The equipment is moving in, and they have started to do some bits and pieces. I know that platforms 5 and 6, which are the 2 bay platforms adjacent to platform number 8, are going to be filled in completely, and 2 new platforms to the north of the station where the sidings are going to be built there. Apparently they're going to be sort of run round, sort of turn around, sort of turn back turn back platforms, sorry, should I say. Apparently one of the platforms, though, will only be able to access, it's going to be 2 platforms. I think it's going to be an island platform they're building there, from what I've been told. One of the platforms can only be accessed from Manchester and then back again, and then the other 2 can be sort of run round and bi-directional for Leeds. So we'll see. That may change. Obviously these things are subject to alteration, so we'll see what they come up with that. Obviously the Class 68s and Mark 5 coaches will be coming out of service soon, and I know many of you, and me included, are gutted about that. Unfortunately, they are very underutilised, and it's a very big shame that they are going to be coming out of service. No word as to what's going to happen with them, so we'll have to wait and see as to what they do next. There's a lot more to cover. I mean, I think we've missed out on a lot, to be fair, where we stopped doing the rail roundups. It sort of died down a little bit after COVID, and that's the reason why it stopped. But sort of things are picking up again now. I know Nodrog's got a lot to cover this time round, so hope you enjoy it, and it's good to be back, and thank you so much for your support. It's great to see that everybody's coming back and happy to see us back doing this. It's something we do enjoy. It is a lot of hard work, but rest assured we'll do what we can, and we will do these as often as we can. I'll keep digging for updates with regards to what's happening with the Transpennine upgrade, and it'd be nice if we can possibly eventually get Nodrog over to come and see what's happening, but we'll see what we can do. You can follow me on Twitter also as well. I'm still on there. You can search me as Blackpool Simon on there. Also, you can find us via Ghost TV or Nodrog Railways. It should show up on there, but you should be able to find me pretty easily. I do try and update when we're doing things, and whether it's regards to the railways or Ghost TV where we're out hunting, but it'd be great if you could support both channels. We do have a lot of fun filming these. It's not all serious. You know what we're like. We like to have a lot of fun when we do this sort of stuff. So again, we thank you for your support, and again, I will be back soon with more updates. Keep an eye on me on Twitter. I'll update as I'm travelling across the network. And as always, please also follow Uncle Phil, Phil Amos. You can find him at Guard Amos on Twitter also. and we look forward to seeing you again. So we'll see you out there, and thanks for watching. Trafford out.
Thank you, Simon. Muchly appreciated as usual. Couldn't help but noticing you're wearing a particular t-shirt. Link in the description area down below, and don't forget to follow him on his socials as well. And Mr. Amos, by the way, his segment is coming up very soon. We've now got a Your Turn to find out what you've been getting up to on and off the rails with a Your Turn. Yes, marvellous. Well done for winning photo of the show. I do like that picture, especially like that picture. Spot on, well done. Okay, we're going to catch Phil now and see where Phil is. He's a Northern Guard or conductor, whichever side of the fence you want to be on, and you've got to work out where he is. Last week, yes, last time, it was last week, Barry Furness. The consensus of the answers generally lurking in the description area down below. Good luck with this one. Yes, try and work where Phil is if you don't live in this neck of the woods. I do apologise, but have a guess. It's worth a guess. It's better than nothing. And of course, if you can contribute to any of the stories that I've been talking about in this episode, then by all means type away down below, because I don't always get it right, especially when it comes down to place names. And of course, the links, the relevant links, anything that's relevant is also going to be waiting for you in the description area down below. And hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Right, so we're going to go a little bit closer to home for me now, to the Settle and Carlisle railway line, and do a little bit of a special YourTurn as well coming up as regards the 37, the Illumination Explorer that came to Blackpool as well, which I didn't get a chance to see, but a few of us did send some content in, so I've got that coming for you very shortly. But first of all, this is the date for your diary. Very important, this one. This is starting from Carlisle on the 18th of November. It's called the Settle Santa Special. A steam locomotive will travel along the iconic Settle and Carlisle line, picking up passengers at Carlisle, Appleby, Settle, Skipton to York. They say you get into the Christmas spirit on this Santa Special with a visit from Santa, festive treats and a chance to visit the first day of the famous York Christmas markets. You'll take the journey through the Eden Valley, the Yorkshire Three Peaks, Pennygent, Inglesbury and Whernside, and over the Ribblehead Viaduct. I should know, I've been there more than once. After a break in York, it'll return to Carlisle and retrace its earlier route where Santa would join the journey. And the requested steam locomotive, I believe, is a Class 7P, which is the Scots Guardsman. If I can try and find the real-time trains times, I will put them down below. If not, go on the Rail Advent website, look at the trips, the tours. It's definitely on there, and you can probably find it through that way. Again, link in the description area down below. It's purely for the fun fact of you getting out there with your camera, getting some great photographs of it going over the viaduct or through the valleys, wherever it may be. And don't forget to share it with us on the York Railway Community Facebook page. Yes, as I said before, we had a 37 that came into Blackpool as a tour. There has been a few tours booked beforehand, but they all got cancelled. So it was nice to see this one actually coming into town. If you're on it, I hope you had fun here with the fresh air and fun and got yourself one of our illuminated trams, had some fish and chips or something perhaps. But I do believe, I've been told there's a few of us that did go on it and you had a marvellous time. And the sun was out as well, fantastic. And I know a few of you, of course, plenty of us have been putting content in, but I've put this little segment together so you can have a little look at what it was all about. Brilliant stuff. Thank you to you all contributing towards this episode. And thank you for engaging as well onto the Your Railway Community Facebook page. I've had to put it in lockdown recently. There's been some very unsavoury posts that have been slipping on there, and to a point where they're very graphic in a sexual nature, and it's not healthy. Different ages go on there, and that is just not the sort of thing I want the page to be associated with. I know a few of you have been messaging again or putting comments saying that you're in charge of other sites or you're with other sites. The same thing. There seems to be rounds at the moment. We've had Aldi vouchers, we've had religious stuff going on, and now we seem to be having this sort of porn directive stuff, and that is not appropriate to have that on there. I've put it on lockdown. If you're going to go and join us, just might be a delay, me or the admins accepting you to put you on there as long as we vet you first, and same as regards your posts. Might just be a delay getting your posts on there, so just persevere with us. I'm sure it'll pass. I'll keep it locked down for a little bit, see how we go. I've already had a couple of things flagging up already, so it's definitely working. If you've got any problems, by all means, you can always flag it up with the admins or message any of us anyway, as usual. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also as well to any other channels that I've got, links in the description area down below. Not too sure when the next rail roundup's going to come along. I might try and get myself to a heritage railway, fingers crossed, and do something there. But otherwise, that's another episode done. And I hope it was informative, and I hope you had fun. Get involved, comment down below. Otherwise, have a marvellous week or two, and I will see you very, very soon. Ta-ra.